Hello and welcome. If you can see me and hear me, please drop me a 777 in the chat box and we shall make a start shortly. Thank you, Honor. And please also let me know where you are from. Thank you, Mandeep. So my name is Dr. Jav. I'm a forex and cryptocurrency trader. Welcome all her from Italy. We have Italy in the house. The UK is in the house. Welcome from London. Manchester is in the house. England. Yes, England is in the house. Brilliant. So my name is Dr. Jav. I'm a forex and cryptocurrency trader. Have been trading now for several years. Welcome, Keyshawn from London. We are expecting more people to jump onto the call, but we'll make a start regardless. It is just past 6 p.m. So again, I've been trading now for several years, and in all honesty, I haven't looked back. Now, this presentation will keep to around 45 minutes, and just bear in mind, this is an introduction to trading. This is only an introduction. You will not become an expert trader by the end of this presentation. Welcome, Rich from London. You will not become an expert trader at the end of this presentation. So before I start, I just want to talk a little bit about myself, and just bear with me a second, my laptop's playing up a bit. So I'm going back a fair few years. My parents always told me to work hard at school, to get a good job, get a good education. And I spent a lot of time at university, and after leaving university, I started my first job, and in all honesty, I hated it. My first job out of university, I hated it, and I decided on that first day that I could not work for anybody else. So I stayed in that job for a few months because I had bills to pay. That was the only reason I stayed within that job. And once I left that job, I actually bought a ticket to Australia. I decided to go to Australia for a few months, and I went to Australia, and at the airport, I came across a book by Robert Kiyosaki, Rich Dad, Poor Dad. So the book was by Robert Kiyosaki, Rich Dad, Poor Dad, and that was my first introduction to business. I call it a practical business because at university, I'd learned all the theory, but in all honesty, theory and practice is totally different. So if you have a pen and paper with you, if you don't have a pen and paper, please get yourself a pen and paper, because note takers are money makers, and I recommend you take notes during this presentation. So I came across the book Rich Dad Poor Dad, Robert Kiyosaki, and in all honesty, that changed my life. And since then, when I came back to the UK, I became a property millionaire within 3 years of my return to the UK. Shortly after, I started trading. And if you can see my screen, please drop me a 111 in the chat box, and just to make sure that my screen share is working. Okay, thank you. I became a property millionaire on my return back to the UK, and I started trading shortly after. Now, going back to Robert Kiyosaki talks about the cash flow quadrant. Now, the cash flow quadrant, you can see on the screen there in pie chart format, basically tells us that 95% of the world population is broke. 95% of 7.8 billion people, which comes to 7.4 billion, very, very big number, are broke. It's the 5%, the investors and business owners, who make a bulk of the income in the marketplace. In fact, 5% of the world population make more than the remaining 95% collectively. If you want to be wealthy, if you want to be financially free, this is something my mentor told me several years ago. He said to me, Dr. Jav, you should try the financial services market. You should look at internet marketing or online marketing. And the third thing was real estate or property investing, which is how the wealthy hold their wealth or their money. And luckily, I've been in all three of them. And when it comes to financial services, I've been trading the stock market for several years, and the currency markets, foreign exchange, and also cryptocurrency, which is something we'll talk about later during. Now, again, my mentor, he said to me, Dr. Jav, how much money have you made on your money in the last decade? How much money have you made on your money in your bank account in the last decade? And my answer to that was a big fat zero, because interest rates have been historically very, very low. In fact, if you have a bank account, chances are you've actually lost money because of inflation. For the next 5 years, next 10 years, it looks like the same is going to be true. Interest rates will continue to be very, very low. So in fact, if you have a bank account, you will, chances are, make close to zero returns if you look at the returns from a bank account. Now, interestingly, although you're making zero on your money, banks continue to make over $1 trillion every single day from foreign exchange. In fact, the foreign exchange market is so big, it is in fact up to $6.6 trillion every single day. Not every week, not every month, not every year, every single day, Monday to Friday, $6.6 trillion is made or exchanged via the forex markets, of which banks, your Barclays, your Santander, your HSBC, banks collectively continue to make $1 trillion every single day from foreign exchange. Whether there's a pandemic out there, whether there's a recession out there, it makes no difference. Banks continue to make over $1 trillion every single day from the foreign exchange market, and they make it from your money. So whether you like it or not, your money is already being used in the foreign exchange market. Is it not about time that you kept some of those profits? Is it not about time that you kept the profits rather than giving everything to your bank and help the banks become richer and richer, which unfortunately is the case over and over again for many people around the world. Now, the amazing thing about foreign exchange is that it's open 24 hours a day, 5 days a week, Monday to Friday. You can exchange via the forex markets. When it comes to cryptocurrency, you can actually trade 7 days a week, and it does not matter where you are based around the world. It makes no difference because forex holds no geographical bounds. Currently within our organization, we have, I think at the moment as it stands, around 400,000 members who trade with us every single day in around 130 countries all over the world. Currently we have people ranging from the ages of 18 up to 70 plus who are learning how to trade with us, who trade with us every single day for profit. Many of the people I'm working with on a daily basis are now, I'm glad to say, financially free. Digital currency is also very, very big at the moment. So it doesn't matter who you are or where you are, you've probably come across the term Bitcoin. Bitcoin was conceived in 2009, and currently the price of Bitcoin is around $59,000. And I will talk about Bitcoin later during this presentation. But again, we also trade Bitcoin, we hodl Bitcoin as well. And the market, the cryptocurrency market, has actually surpassed $1 trillion. But again, it's still a baby compared to foreign exchange. Now, foreign exchange is traditional exchange of money. For example, if you were to go to the USA from the UK and change your pounds for your dollars, you will have taken part in the foreign exchange market. So if you've been on holiday and changed your money, you've already done forex. If you have a bank account, your money has already been used for forex. So forex includes, your traditional fiat currencies, your pounds, your dollars, your Japanese yen. You change one for another, and that means you've taken part in the foreign exchange market. We also do binary options, which is a very, very quick way of making good profits. And also, in addition to that, we also have an online business platform as well. So as you know, at the moment, many, many people around the world are working from home, and we understand this as an organization, which is why we have a drop shipping mentorship program, which teaches you how to earn an income from the internet. Now, the first dollar or pound that are made on the internet was over a decade ago. So I've been an online marketer for well over 10 years, and trust me, it's a very, very good way to earn a living. In the last few years, I've traveled all over the world. I've been to the Far East, I've been to Australia, I've been to many, many countries in Africa, in Europe, in Asia, the USA, yet I've been able to run my business from my phone. As long as you have a mobile phone, as long as you have access to a smartphone, you can run your trading empire or your online business from your mobile phone. You don't even need access to a laptop. How amazing is that? So the world is your office. You are no longer constrained by the four walls. In a traditional office, trading means that you can work from anywhere in the world. Now, how we work is by the use of mentors. So it's a little bit like an apprenticeship scheme. So we actually teach you and show you how to trade every single day. Very much like I'm speaking to you now, we get on our platform on a Zoom call every single day, and we live trade. So you will learn from our live trading. So we'll place our trend lines, we'll do the trading, and you will copy us. And that is how I learned to trade. I learned to trade by having access to 6- and 7-figure earners, my mentors, and that is exactly how you are going to learn as well once you register with us. So we're one of the largest companies in the world that teach you how to trade, and trust me, the live mentorship option is amazing. Every single day, slowly but surely, as you follow us, as you copy our trades, you will become a very, very good trader yourself as well. And the idea is for you to become an independent trader, which basically means that you no longer need access to us. You can actually go away and trade by yourself happily and merrily. Now, one of our platforms is known as Harmonix, as you can see on the screen here. Harmonix is an amazing, amazing system which gives you the entry point, the stop loss, and take profit numbers to any particular trade. As a trader, all you have to do is copy and paste that information into an app on your phone. If you don't know how to do that, don't worry about it, because once you register with us, you will be assigned a mentor, and your mentor will show you how to use the system. And once you've used the system a few times, you will become very, very good at what you do. You will also get access to several apps. For example, on the screen here, you can see Gold Cup, Swipe Trades, and Swipe Coin. Because again, we don't just trade foreign exchange and cryptocurrency, we also do commodities like gold, silver, oil, gas, and we trade the stock market. So we trade indices like US 30, German 30. We trade them every single day for profit. And I'm glad to say our profits are around 75 to 85%. So 7 to 8 out of 10 trades that you place will be profitable. Now, when it comes to trading, 90 to 99% of it is mindset. 90 to 99% of trading is mindset. Now, as traders, we understand this, and this is why we have teamed up with a guy called Bob Proctor, who featured in the film The Secret several years ago, and he is an amazing, in fact, one of the biggest personal development and mindset coaches in the world. And we sit down with Bob Proctor every single week, and he teaches us about mindset. You can be very, very good at the skill set when it comes to trading, but if your mindset is not there, you will lose on your trades. Trading is a very, very emotional game, and that's why personal development and mindset control is so important. So once you register with us, you will be assigned a mentor, and also you will have access to Bob Proctor if you choose to. Again, it's an amazing partnership that we've got, and it's going very, very well at the moment. Now, to get started on the platform is $235 for the basic package, and there's a monthly fee as well, which I'll talk about later during this presentation, because there's a way to waive that fee. To get started on high frequency trading, it's the same price. If you only want to do cryptocurrency trading, again, it's the same price. If you want to do all of the above, my favorite academy is the Elite Academy, which starts at $325. Now, if you were to decide to only set up an online business, we have an ECX Academy, which teaches you how to set up an e-commerce store. The start price for that is $325. And again, it is possible to waive that monthly fee. Now, if I go back to the forex Academy, which is the basic academy, if you want to learn how to scalp the market, scalping means you're coming in and out of trades very, very quickly. Then the system for you is Vibrator. If you want to add on cryptocurrency to the forex Academy, then you would go for Swipe Coin. So we have a few options here, and later during this presentation, we're going to do some live trading on one of our platforms known as Vibrator. So my colleague, and it's Mandeep, who's a senior trader with us, will give you an introduction to Vibrator, and that's one of our systems that we use every single day. But if you were to go for the Elite Academy, not only do you get access to foreign exchange mentorship, but also cryptocurrency mentorship. If you want to do binary options, you'll get access to that as well. So you'll get access to all our trading platforms should you go for the Elite Academy. Now, to waive your monthly fee, all you have to do is introduce 2 people to the Academy. Once you introduce 2 people to the Academy and they become active paying members, you do not need to pay the monthly fee. So in effect, you have access to a mentorship program for just $200 to $300. I don't know such a system anywhere in the world, and certainly when I was running my own mentorship programs, I was charging in the region of £5,000 plus to teach people through my educational platform. So $200 to $300 to learn how to trade, it's a no-brainer. And we have 6- and 7-figure traders who are located all over the world, professional traders who have been trading for several years and making 6 to 7 figures every single year. And you will have access to these mentors as soon as you register. What I want to do now is see if my colleague Mandeep is on the call, and then we can give you an introduction to Vibrata, which is our trading platform, and I will allow Mandeep to take it forward from this point onwards. So Mandeep, are you on the call?
Yes, Dr. Jav, I'm here. How are you doing?
I'm doing awesome. How are you?
Yes, very well, very well. So good evening, good afternoon, or good morning, depending on where you're from around the world, ladies and gents. My name is Mandeep, and I come from a town called Leicester, north of London. And do you know what? This platform is absolutely amazing. And naturally, I am biased. I started a few years ago, coming from a corporate background. I was working 8 a.m. till 6 p.m. And I thought, you know what? Something has to change, because in order for things to change in your life, you have to change things in your life. And I thought, you know what? I've got to change something about my day-to-day routine, because I was going to work, coming home, and I was pretty much in a box. You know, I couldn't do what I wanted when I wanted. I would go into a car. In my car, I was in a box. I'd go into my office, I was in a box. I would go into a meeting room, I was in a box. Even our income, if you're in a job right now, ladies and gents, your income dictates everything. The car that you drive, the clothes that you wear, the restaurants that you shop at, you know, everything about you is dictated by the income that you earn, because there is a certain lifestyle for someone earning, say, £1,000 a month, and someone earning £1,000 a week, and then someone earning £1,000 a day, for example. So this really gives us an opportunity to understand how the platform works. And I'm really excited to say that within 15 months, I managed to leave my job and I now actually do this full time. So what I want to share with you today is basically a bit about how the platform actually looks, because what Dr. Jav has, you know, presented to you so far is the presentation and what we have to offer. So how does it actually look when you will come on board? Well, firstly, your back office will look like this. You'll have your name and your picture displayed right there in the top left-hand corner. And then if I go to strategies, and by the way, I'm an elite pack user. I think the elite pack gives the best value for money. You can see I have access to everything. Okay, so I have access to the forex, which is, you know, I mean, there's countless strategies here. You know, if you wanted to trade the euro, the pound, the dollar, this is what you can, you know, gain. For those of you looking to earn money in minutes, and yes, you heard me correctly, we have a very powerful platform, and we give you 1 minute, 3 minute, and 6 minute trades on average, where you will understand whether you've made a profit or loss within that time. And I'm sure Dr. Jav mentioned this, but over 75% of our platform is accurate, which is amazing, because it's giving that return very, very consistently, and probably a clue as to why we've got over 500,000 customers on our platform, because this system definitely works. For those of you interested in cryptocurrencies, again, you can log in and you can have a look at how to scalp the market, how to understand, you know, Bitcoin and how to trade it against the US dollar. I mean, Bitcoin, Ethereum, Ripple, you know, Litecoin, and a lot of the altcoins, which is the smaller coins, everything is going in the right direction. Everything is having an upward momentum. And a lot of people, especially at the start of this year, actually became 6, 7, and 8-figure plus earners due to the result of the information and the knowledge that they're gaining, because they're understanding how crypto works. They're understanding, okay, how forex works. That's a bit about how our platform will look. And also, just to mention, when you go into the academies, again, this was also shown to you. Some of you are going to be on this call completely new to, you know, trading. And so, for example, if you're new, no problem. You're going to click right here where it says Forex Learning English, click on Start, and you're going to understand how the concepts work. So, for example, what is Forex? There's a little test there. History of Forex, a little test there. What is traded in Forex? And so on and so forth. I remember starting this thinking, I have not got a clue what anything is. I don't know where to begin. And I loved this because, you know, most people, they like to do things in structure and, you know, methodically. So this is perfect because it shows you step by step the concepts. Then once you're ready, you will pick your strategy and you can start making money. Now, speaking of making money, I want to share with you one of our platforms called vibrator, which is, it's really, really amazing. I mean, it's completely changing a lot of people's lives out there. So if I go onto the strategy section and show you right here, this is something where you can actually earn money within just 4 steps. If I click vibrator right there, this is one of what's called our scalping tools that can help you to understand how the market really works. Now, right here on the screen, what we have is an example of a trade. Okay, this trade came in, I think it was quite some time ago now. It's the euro against the Japanese yen. Okay, the euro and Japanese yen. So the chart for this is actually displayed on the screen right here. And all we're doing is we're actually following a series of steps. Now, the clever thing about this algorithm, ladies and gents, is that as you click through these, I mean, these particular alerts come every sort of 5 minutes, 10 minutes, half an hour. So whatever you're doing, whatever your situation is, whether you're working full-time, whether you're running a business from home, you can actually click on a currency pair and see where the market is actually going. And I absolutely love this because it's giving you trade ideas into the market. So one of the ones that I'd looked at earlier was actually Euro JPY, okay, which is displayed on the screen right there. And literally all you're doing is you're following a series of steps to help you understand how this actually works. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to actually put the steps up on the screen so you can really understand that, look, you don't need to be a professional in order to understand how trading works. Because trust me, when I saw this for the first time, I thought, wow, this is so simple and easy to understand. But let me just put the steps up, and then you'll be able to see it from there. Okay, what I want you to concentrate on, ladies and gents, is the 3 lines here. If I just get rid of the candlesticks, you'll see there's a red line, a blue line, and a green line. Okay, so step number 1, it says, is there a crossover between the red and the blue line outside of the cloud? Well, let's have a look. The purple shaded area represents the cloud. Okay, we want the price to be away from that. So firstly, the crossover has happened just there. I'm sure you can all see it. So we're looking for 4 out of 4 confirmations, and step number 1 is a confirmation. So that's amazing. Step number 2, the current price must be 10 pips above the cloud. Well, what is a pip? A pip basically is a movement in the market. Just like we measure, length in meters and centimeters, we measure profit in forex in what are called pips. So if I get my ruler and measure from the cloud to the current price, we can see there's actually a gap of 18 pips, which is perfect. We only want 10, we've got 18, so happy with that. Now, next step, it says red line must be above the blue line. So right now the red line has slightly dashed below the blue line, which is a little unfortunate. It's funny actually, because when I checked this just before this presentation, the red line was actually above the blue line, but it's absolutely no problem. And finally, the green line must be pointing up. So guess what? We have 3 out of 4 steps which have been met. And that's amazing, because once this price moves slightly higher and the red line is pointing above the blue line, ladies and gents, we can take this trade and we can make money. It's literally as simple as that. And you can apply these 4 steps for a buy, for a sell, as many times as you like throughout the day, which I think is amazing. Now, last thing I want to show you is compounding. This is going to blow your mind. If you can see my compounding screen, by the way, just put number 1 in the chat box, just so I know it's definitely showing. And this is literally going to blow your mind. Some of you may have seen this before. Some of you may not have seen this. But literally, this is amazing. So if you can see my screen, just put a 1 in the chat. Okay, perfect, amazing, thank you. So compounding, I mean, Albert Einstein actually spoke about this. He said that compound interest is the 8th wonder of the world. And, a lot of people know the phrase or they've heard the phrase, but they don't do it. They're not actually compounding their money. And let me tell you something right here, right now. If you've got money in the bank, unfortunately, that money is going to be depreciating over time. And what the wealthy do is they're constantly reinvesting, compounding and multiplying their money. And this is why that pie chart is so important of what Dr. Jav showed, because this is why 95% of the people are only earning 5% of the world's wealth, because they're constantly working for money. And the wealthy, they only get wealthier. Okay. Last year in 2020 was the largest transfer of wealth in the world. In public, it looks, people have lost jobs. Of course, there was a lot of things that happened, but actually for those that knew how to, multiply money, how to invest, what to do, when to do it, they earned a lot of money. And one of the ways is through compounding. So let's see how this works. If you started off, ladies and gents, with say just $200, okay, nice and simple, $200, and you were compounding that 3% every single day. So 3% Monday, 3% Tuesday, 3% Wednesday, and so on and so forth. And you did that over the next 7-8 months, okay, 140 days, and you reinvested everything, which means you don't add any more money, you just reinvest the profit that you make. And let's not include weekends, because the foreign exchange industry, well, basically when the banks are closed, the market is closed apart from crypto, but let's give it a break on the weekend. So you're doing this 5 days a week. Can anyone guess how much that $200 is going to become? Let me show you. Look at this right here. Your investment of $200 that you compounded over the 140 days will grow to $12,538 by the 13th of October. I mean, this is absolutely crazy to even imagine something like this. And you're probably thinking, well, hang on, that's crazy. How does that even work? Let me show you the evidence. Remember, compounding is very, very small amounts, but it's very powerful as well. So on day one, you made $6. Not a big deal. Just made $6 and job done. That was it. Okay, fair enough. Perfect. What about day two? You then did $212. Fine, perfect. By day 55, you will have gained over 4 figures. So there you've got $1,000. And then by day 140, and you can do this yourself on compounddaily.org, you've ended up with just over $12,500. This is something that's so powerful, and we will give you a plan and an action plan of how to do everything. We give you mentorship, we give you guidance, we give you everything you need to help you to become successful. I absolutely love this platform, and you know what, since I left my job because of this platform, I have not looked back. Let me ask you a question. Are you genuinely satisfied and 100% happy and content with the earnings that you're making right now? And if not, make a change, make a decision to give this platform a go, and watch how your 2021 becomes a phenomenal year. So ladies and gents, once again, my name is Mandy. Dr. Jav, appreciate you having me on, and back over to you. Thank you so much.
Brilliant, Mandy. That was absolutely amazing. Thank you so much for that. Now, if you want to earn an additional income to trading, the next part of the presentation is purely optional, and this is where you can earn an income from introductions from the referral market. So if you decide to, you can become an independent owner, otherwise known as an IBO, once you join the organization. As an IBO, when you introduce people to the company who also want to trade, the organization will pay you a bonus. So you will receive a fast start bonus of $25 for a recommendation to the FRX, HFX, or the DCX academies, and a recommendation of $50 for the Elite Academy. It gets better than that, because once you recommend 3 people to the organization, you are now being paid a monthly income. So $150 for 3 people within your organization. Should you recommend 12 people, you're being paid $600 a month, 30 people, $1,000 every single month. And the great news is that those 30 people don't have to be all your own recommendations. Even if you recommend 3 people and those 3 people recommend other people, and you have a collective organization of 30 people, excuse me, you will be paid $1,000 every single month. Now imagine going to your boss tomorrow in your job and saying, can I have a $1,000 or £1,000 a month pay rise? What are the chances of getting that? Now, when I was working in corporate, I remember I received a pay rise of £600, I think it was a year, and I was so excited. That works out to be £50 a month. So unfortunately, many people in corporate are trained to think in a certain way. You're all living within a matrix, and in fact, you are slaves to the system, unfortunately. So when you get a pay rise, even if it's £600 a year, you get a little bit excited. But what I'm telling you now is that if you introduce people to the organization, you will then start getting paid all the way up to chairman $750. As a chairman $750, you're now being paid $750,000 every single month. And the amazing news is that we have several people earning those kind of income levels within our organization. And all it takes is that single step. Now, again, like I was talking about before, I've been trading now for several years. I've never really looked back, and both income streams are great. Trading income is amazing, and also the referral income is amazing too. Now, in my initial discussion, I talked about Bitcoin. I just want to spend a few minutes letting you know what's happening with the cryptocurrency market at the moment. If you can see this chart, please drop me a 333 in the chat box, and I will continue. Okay, so this is trading view. This is the price of Bitcoin for the last few years. Currently, if you look at my mouse cursor, the current price of Bitcoin is around $59,000, around $59,000. And if you look at this chart, if I just pan back to the beginning, when this chart was first created, now Bitcoin came out in 2009, but this chart only goes as far back as 2014. So in 2014, on the 1st of December 2014, the approximate price of one Bitcoin was $287. Now imagine if you had bought one Bitcoin then. If you had bought one Bitcoin then, you'd be sitting on a profit of around $59,000, and all you did was buy one Bitcoin and hold on to that Bitcoin. Now, many people today think that because the price of Bitcoin is so high at the moment, it's a bubble, it's going to burst. The Bitcoin bubble is going to burst, or it's a scam, it doesn't work, Bitcoin's not real. But trust me, your £5 notes, your £10 notes, £20 notes that you have in your wallet are not worth the paper they are printed on. The gold standard for money ended a long time ago, and today, unfortunately, the money in your wallet is worth less today than it was just today, because of the time value of money and also because of inflation. Now, when it comes to cryptocurrency, Bitcoin is the largest cryptocurrency in the market. It was conceived in 2009, and in December 2017, just bear with me a second, in December 2017, the price of one Bitcoin hit an all-time high at that point of $20,000. I don't know how many of you can remember when that happened. So the all-time high of Bitcoin at that point was $20,000, and you can see it here. That was around $20,000. And if you look at this chart, the price went up from, in September, in fact, I forget, in September, from around $3,000–4,000 all the way up to $20,000. So the price went up sevenfold. And we've seen a similar thing at the moment. So if you look at what's happening at the moment, the price of Bitcoin is $59,000 or thereabouts. The all-time high of $60,000, in fact, $61,000 was achieved just a few days ago. Now, we look at these charts every single day, and we mentor you, our students, to understand these charts yourself as well, so that you can become independent traders. Knowing what we know now with Bitcoin, I'm just saying on one cryptocurrency for the moment, with Bitcoin, we are expecting the price of Bitcoin to go up to around, I'd say, $180,000 to $200,000 approximately within the next few months. We are expecting the price of Bitcoin, you can write this down, to hit six figures in the next few months. So even if you bought one Bitcoin today for $59,000, you will see a good profit on that in the next few months. The better news is that if you can't afford to buy one Bitcoin, Bitcoin it's been broken into Satoshis. One Satoshi is 1/100 millionth of a Bitcoin. So you don't even have to buy an entire Bitcoin. You can buy $10 worth, you can buy $100 worth, $1,000 worth, whatever you can afford, you can invest that in Bitcoin and just sit on it and enjoy the profits in the next few months. However, a cleverer way to make better returns is what Mandy showed you with compounding. You can compound with Bitcoin, which basically means that if you invest in Bitcoin today, you can then trade. You can then trade Bitcoin. So it doesn't matter. When it comes to trading, it does not matter if the price of Bitcoin is going up or coming down, because we actually short and long the market. So if the price is expected to come down, we actually sell. If the price is expected to go up, we buy. Our trading signals are in the region of 75 to 85% positive, which means 7 or 8 out of 10 signals that you receive from us will make you money. And if on this chart now, you can see some of our signals that have come out in the last few days. So at the moment, if I just open up a couple of them. So at this point, there was a buy in the market, and that was at 14:30. So 4:30 p.m. Yes, 4:30 p.m. today, we gave out a signal of a buy. And following that signal, you can see what happened to the market. The price of Bitcoin went from $58,000 to $59,600. So $1,500 pips, or $1,500, the price of Bitcoin went up by. Prior to that, we had a sell signal here, and you can see that the price of Bitcoin came down. So our signals are very, very good. And from the right-hand side, from this panel here, you can see that we give out signals every few hours, sometimes even more frequently than that. Now, we don't just trade Bitcoin. Currently, in the marketplace, if you look at this, there are 9,042 cryptocurrencies. Currently, 9,042 cryptocurrencies in the market, and Bitcoin is the largest, followed by Ethereum, Binance Coin, Tether, Cardano. You can see the top 10 cryptocurrencies there. The total market cap of just Bitcoin is in excess of $1 trillion. It's in excess of $1 trillion. So the cryptocurrency market is huge, but it's still a baby compared to forex. Cryptocurrency is still a baby compared to forex. With Bitcoin, we have a limited supply of 21 million Bitcoins in the market, and at the moment, 18.6 million Bitcoins have been produced or mined, which means we've got around 2 to 3 million more to go. So not many more to go. Because there's a limited supply of Bitcoins in the marketplace, the price of Bitcoin long-term will always go up. The price of Bitcoin long-term, you can write this down, will always go up. Just like with property, there's a limited supply of property. Land is limited. They can't create new land. Regardless of what's happening in Dubai, where they build on water, it's not possible to create new land. The long term, the price of property will always go up. Long term, when it comes to gold, there's a limited supply of gold. Long term, the price of gold will always go up. Bitcoin is the same. There's a limited supply, so long term, the price will go up. As more and more people come into the market, as more and more people start to understand cryptocurrency and start buying things with cryptocurrency, you can actually go out today and buy a Tesla with Bitcoin. You can go out today and give your Bitcoins to a Tesla dealership and walk out with a Tesla. Going forward, many, many more retailers will start accepting cryptocurrency, and as mass adoption continues and gets bigger and bigger, the price of cryptocurrency will shoot through the roof. Bitcoin will hit 6 figures in the next few months. So that's a short introduction to cryptocurrency trading. This is something we do every day. We don't just trade the foreign exchange market, we do cryptocurrency trading as well. We do commodities and indices which form part of the stock market. So my name is Dr. Jav. This is the end of the presentation. As I stated at the outset, you are not going to become an expert trader by the end of this presentation. We've given you an introduction to trading. We've shown you what you need to do. All you have to do now is go back to the person who recommended you attend this call and get registered today. Once you register, you will be assigned a mentor. We'll log you in onto the calls, and you can start becoming a very, very good trader and work from home. In fact, you can work from anywhere in the world. 20 years from now, you will be more disappointed by the things that you didn't do than by the things that you did do. Just bear that in mind. A journey of 1,000 steps begins with a single step. Let's take that first step today. Everything you do in life, there's a risk attached to it. But in all honesty, and the way this business is going, the fact that we are going to have 1 million members by the end of this year, and out of those 1 million members, we have in excess, by the end of this year, we will have in excess of 1,000 people earning 6 to 7 figures a year from this business. That is unheard of. In our business today, in this business, we have a 24-year-old who is making over $750,000 every single month. We are in unprecedented times at the moment, with the lockdown, with the pandemics going on all over the world, with the millions of people that have lost their jobs. The trading community continues to prosper. Forex is green. It does not matter what's happening out in the economy. My recommendation to you is to learn how to trade. It's a skill set for life that you can pass down to your kids, to generations, to your family and friends. Again, thank you for attending the call. Please reach out to the person that recommended you attend this call. If you had a link from myself or my social media channels, you can get back to me. This video is also on YouTube, so please do subscribe, like, and share, and I will see you on the next presentation. My name is Dr. Jav. Thank you for your time, and I'll see you soon. Thank you.